Hello, I'm Avian Parks and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. We're at Bona Villa Country House, a tranquil property in the Bonacore Development residential area. It's within walking distance to major beaches, popular restaurants, nightlife and all the amenities you need. And while we tour the property, we'll recap the major events on the island over the past week. So stay with us as we bring you all the details, starting with this week's headlines. President Paula-Mae Weekes makes her first official visit to Tobago. We'll tell you about a Tobagonian who had a big off-the-screen impact in the Black Panther movie. And later, students across the island got a boost before sitting their secondary entrance assessment exam. All this and more when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Thanks for staying with us. Bona Villa was inspired by the area surrounding the Bonacore estate. This two-story, modern-styled concrete home embodies the image of the tropics, crisp, clean, and nestled in a lush green environment. It's a home away from home for visitors, who often return just for the experience. Speaking of visitors, Tobago recently welcomed Her Excellency President Paula-Mae Weekes on her maiden official trip to the island. In our first story, Omadara Mills tells us what President Weekes did during her stay. Here's more.
Her Excellency Paula-Mae Weekes, President of Trinidad and Tobago, paid her first official visit to Tobago recently, and one of her most memorable experiences here was meeting children with special needs and those who work with them at the Healing with Horses Foundation in Buku. The foundation provides special needs children and adults with activities like equestrian sessions, art therapy, and employment that aid in their holistic development. President Weekes was given a tour of the organization by founder Veronica Lafortune, who's delighted that the president accepted her invitation to visit.
What I wanted to show her, that we are a community-based foundation and we want to make a difference. And with her help, I think we can do even more, greater. And I'm very excited for that. I'm very, very thankful.
Residents whose children get support from the foundation were also proud about the president's visit.
It was a pleasant surprise. It was nice that someone in the highest office in Trinidad and Tobago would choose to come and see what's happening, with special children and with programs that are designed just for them. I'm humbled by the fact that she chose to come, I guess, just to see, what is being offered for them and I guess how she can assist.
Well, I think it is a nice gesture, to see the kids with disabilities and, it's an opportunity for us as parents and the foundation to, make the public aware of kids with disabilities.
A cocktail reception at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort was also on the president's agenda, where she claimed the status of an honorary Tobagonian.
I don't want you to challenge me, but I suspect I know more of Tobago than many Tobagonians. Because when I was in the assizes, and then as a judge here in the assizes, I would spend a month at a time in Tobago. After court, there was little to do after reading files, so I would jump in my car and drive the length and breadth of your lovely island.
Miss Paula-Mae Weekes, the 6th president of Trinidad and Tobago and the first female president, also held a closed-door meeting with Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
The property has 3 spacious bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms and can comfortably accommodate 12 people. One bedroom is located on the ground floor and the other 2, including the master suite, are above along a sitting area and balcony. Now, Tobago is known for having an abundance of local fruits and root crops. The island is again putting focus on these foods in a bid to encourage healthy eating and to support its food security thrust. The recently launched Eat Local initiative is expected to have a big impact. Have a look at this next story.
Have you ever eaten cassava and smoked fish balls or sampled a cassava bread pinwheel sandwich? Many Tobagonians had the opportunity at the launch of Tobago's Eat Local campaign. The initiative is seeking to encourage residents to eat more indigenous vegetables, fruits, and ground provision. The campaign is rolling out a series of activities this month to highlight the importance of local food.
Eating local is just not about eating local, but it's about being healthy, being able to allow your body to restore itself, to repair itself, to really get well through local foods. As you know, we have a whole heap of chronic diseases, and they are basically lifestyle diseases from what we eat. We can do better. We can change the course of action. Instead of going downhill, we could go uphill.
The Eat Local campaign, which is entitled Grow Tobago, Eat Tobago, is spearheaded by the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries. Activities include public seminars on home gardening, preparing various types of fish, and rearing livestock in more wholesome ways.
We also wanted to encourage our farmers to grow more of the local produce. And if the people eat more, then the farmers will be able to grow more. They will be able to benefit financially from growing more. We want to also encourage people to cook them in different ways. Not only boiling and eating, but you make the pies and the different dishes.
The campaign will also include a food fun day at primary schools and a master chef competition at secondary schools. Technical Officer Carl Murray, who enjoys local soup with ground provision, explains why he's an advocate of this initiative.
I want to also be able to see my children and the children of Tobago as well live to their capacity, to their full life expectancy, to be happy, to be healthy, to enjoy life with themselves and with their friends and with their families, and to be able to contribute through that good health to the development of Tobago. I want to see Tobagonians live to be at old age, to tell stories and to continue to share the experiences we have that is uniquely Tobago.
The Eat Local campaign will culminate in a grand Eat Local festival on June 1st at the Gardenside Car Park. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
At Bonavilla, there's a TV room that's fully air-conditioned and makes a great fourth bedroom. The fully equipped kitchen opens onto a private pool with an outdoor dining area. Moving to agriculture. Farming and gardening enthusiasts know healthy soil means healthy plants, and there's an initiative that's teaching amateur and budding farmers about using fertilizer, a key component in ensuring your garden can thrive. The details are in the next story.
Farmers, home gardeners and students turned out for a training session on fertilizer and fertilizer application hosted by the Farmers Training Program. It's all part of Tobago's efforts to develop its agricultural sector. The session is helping to encourage residents to harness the potential of agriculture and to promote healthy and environmentally conscious farming.
Fertilizer, naturally based, synthetic, chemical based. I say any of a large number of natural, you hear the word again? Natural or synthetic materials, including manure. So this includes some things here now, including manure and compounds containing nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and the likes, spread on or worked into the soil to increase its capacity to support plant growth.
To grow nutritious, marketable crops, farmers need to work with healthy soil. And as Mr. Bruno explains, it's important to know the difference between organic and inorganic fertilizers.
The inorganic fertilizers give the same thing as the organic. They just give it in a higher concentration, and the organic fertilizers last longer. But it's the same, very same thing that the plant have to use. But the organic fertilizers are always better because in addition they always help the medium in which you put them. They always help the medium because they help inoculate the soil with so many other things.
The session also focused on the role of fertilizer in plant health.
The health of the plant is determined by the health of the root. Therefore, it is important for you to concentrate on providing a very good, healthy medium for your roots to exist in. Yeah? Because the roots are the brain of the plant. In case you didn't know, the roots are the brain of the plant. All the decision making take place in the root.
The program is being run by the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries. It's aiming to make agriculture in Tobago more sustainable and profitable by greater interaction between the farming, fishing and marketing arms of the industry. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
By now you know there were 2 Tobagonians who contributed to the success of the Black Panther film. After the break, we'll hear more about Sekani Solomon, who recently returned home to share his inspirational story. It's up next, so stay with us.
Happy times. Summer car done, summer car, 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 summer car done, yeah, summer car.
Bonavilla has been referred to as the ideal holiday home by past guests, and it provides the environment for great family fun or peaceful personal time. Even the color scheme and interior design were carefully selected to help you bask in serenity. Now this. 2 Tobagonians made this country proud by contributing to the success of the Black Panther film. And in this next story, we meet one of them. Motion designer Sekani Solomon, who took the time to give back on a visit home. Omadara Mills has the details.
These are some of his early designs as a teenager dabbling in the world of graphic design. Now a senior motion designer, Sekani Solomon's most recent major accomplishment is working on the main title sequence for the Black Panther film. He's also worked on Netflix Gypsy and Godless, and even completed his own short film, Hidden. As Sekani continues to master his craft, he's taking the time to return home to share with secondary school students what he's learned about this creative industry.
It feels really good when you're kind of explaining this new field and you're seeing the eyes light up and people, very curious and they're excited, like, wow, this is something I could do. And then they come and they show you your drawings. And I know, that's exactly what I used to do when I was their age, and to see how far I've come since then makes me feel like, wow, if they're doing this now, where could they be in the next couple of years? So it's very promising, very exciting, and it's just great to be able to impart that knowledge.
Eidcut's Animation Day with Sekani Solomon was a one-day event hosted by the Eco-Industrial Development Company of Tobago Limited, Eidcut. Sekani gave some insight into the uniqueness and inner workings of 3 creative fields: visual effects, character animation, and motion graphics. It's a presentation that's inspiring many students.
I love art. Art is life, and this program today was so exciting. I was so curious to learn what the background work in animation. So I kind of waited the whole program to see that Cinema 4D software that I'm going to research when I go home and see what it's about. Yeah, so my day, it was really good.
I like that he started, showed us where he started from, and it kind of inspired me to keep on going, because at times I just feel to just give up on the art thing sometimes. But this presentation showed me that I had to follow my dreams and such,
The development of a viable creative industry is one of the 6 areas EADCOT believes can diversify and strengthen the island's economy.
What we at EADCOT are attempting to do is to show possibilities. We want to allow young people to understand that the world is their oyster. We want them to understand that we live in a world now where technology has really flattened geographic barriers. We want them to understand that creative industries are the new avenues for success, new avenues for expression, new avenues to create lucrative entrepreneurial ventures.
Following this event, EADCOT plans to establish an animation studio at Cove. The studio will help attract regional and international business opportunities for local animators. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Staying in? Why not fire up the outdoor barbecue pits and enjoy glorious sunset views from the backyard? It's fenced all the way around for privacy and security. In every organization, they are the unsung heroes who get the job done behind the scenes without a fuss. In the hospital, medical laboratory professionals fall under that category. And recently, they were honored for their contributions. Here's more in this next story.
Sometimes, when work is happening quietly behind the scenes, it's a sign that things are running smoothly, like at the Scarborough General Hospital Medical Laboratory. Recently, the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development hosted a ceremony to honor their medical laboratory professionals who have been providing almost silent but crucial services. Medical Laboratory Professionals Week is observed around the world at the end of April. The occasion provides a unique opportunity to help the public understand and better appreciate our clinical laboratory personnel.
We are gathered here today to commemorate unsung heroes in the healthcare industry. And those persons are our medical laboratory professionals who labor long hours behind the scenes in the engine room to ensure that there is efficiency and efficacy in our healthcare system.
Through their dedication to service, the medical lab staff have a direct impact on patient care.
The work that you do is directly impacting every area of care. Each year, this opportunity that we have should not be understated. We should continue to recognize and celebrate the work that you do because you play a key role in healthcare delivery.
Medical staff at the Scarborough General Hospital were reminded that cohesion is needed from all the various professional groups within the healthcare sector to reach their goals within the medical field.
There can be no delivery system without laboratory technology. Each day, support staff, doctors and others pursue, maintain and improve the standard of care at this hospital. Indeed, the laboratory tests that you provide comprise a major part of the health record of all patients.
2018 marks 43 years since the Medical Laboratory Professionals Week was first observed. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
During your stay, you're most likely going to want to explore the island. Well, the friendly and professional management and staff of Island Investments will help arrange your trip so you can get the best out of the experience. We jump now to the netball court as the Tobago Secondary Schools Netball League recently held its awards ceremony. In this report, we've got the scoop on who grabbed the major honors. Take a look.
With discipline and hard work, anyone can be successful. It doesn't matter what path you take. Secondary students in the netball fraternity who have worked hard and excelled were awarded recently at a prize-giving ceremony which was hosted by the Tobago Secondary Schools Netball League, BP Tobago Zone.
Your passions for the game brought us together today. These talented students sitting before us, or sitting before me, exhibited such qualities that have not only helped them in achieving their goals, but have brought glory and successes to their schools and, of course, to their families, communities, and Tobago.
Assistant Secretary Mersha Osman says incentives like award ceremonies are important because these students should be applauded for their efforts.
Students, you have been recognized because your performance was exceptional. Ceremonies such as this are necessary to reward students and, of course, to encourage good behavior and practices.
One of the downsides of technology and social media is they can be used to the detriment of humans. But they can also be used to highlight the good thing that is being done within society.
In today's society, if we are not careful because of the advancement in technology and social media, news that have been happening for years is now easily brought to the forefront, and you would think that it's a crisis. I want to challenge that popular belief this morning and say that ain't any crisis, because the majority of our people, our students and young people, are doing great and positive things, and this morning in this room is testimony to that.
Though Bishop's High School dominated and walked away with the majority of prizes, students from Scarborough Secondary School, Pentecostal Light and Life Foundation, Speyside High School, Goodwood Secondary School, and Roxborough Secondary School also took home some prizes. I'm Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
We've got to take a break, but coming up, Tobago's young secondary school hopefuls got a boost before the big exam day. More when Let's Talk Tobago returns.
Happy times. Summer car done, summer car, 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 summer car done, yeah, summer car.
Bonavilla is close enough to the action if you want to experience all the island has to offer, such as nature and the local nightlife. It's also a great location if all you'd like to do is stay in and unwind. The secondary entrance assessments SCA students can also breathe a sigh of relief after months of intense preparations for their test. But before they faced the exam room, they had a special visit and words of inspiration, as you'll see in this next story. Take a look.
These Standard 5 pupils of the Blackrock Government Primary School may have been a bit nervous before writing their secondary examination assessment, C exams. But there was no anxiety where stationery items like pencils, erasers, sharpeners and rulers were concerned. Just days before the exams, Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles, who's also the Secretary for Education, Innovation and Energy, visited the students to distribute exam day stationery and share with them some words of encouragement.
Whether you go to Scarborough Secondary, to Bishop's High School, to Signal Hill or any other secondary school, you can do well if you believe that you can do well and you work hard to do well.
Mr. Charles also visited Standard 5 pupils from the Wim Anglican Primary School, St. Nicholas Private Primary, and the Pentecostal Light and Life Foundation Primary School. But these pupils weren't the only ones to receive kits. School supervisors from the Education Department, in collaboration with the Antoto Foundation, gave packages to pupils of the Buku Government Primary School, Signal Hill Government Primary, and the Scarborough RC Primary School. They too got some motivating words before their big day.
I know that you would have prepared, and you would have prepared very hard for this very important exam. This is a milestone in your life, and I want you to be encouraged. I want you to feel that you can do it. I know you can do it. You will make your teachers proud. You will make your parents proud. You will also make yourselves proud.
Students in the East from Roxborough Anglican Primary School, Belgarden Anglican, and the Pembroke Anglican Primary School also received exam essentials and words of inspiration.
We pray that the Lord will grant you your desires of your first choice schools. However, as I said earlier, wherever you are placed, all we ask of you is that you do your best, and the Lord will do the rest.
This year, 943 pupils wrote the C exams, 477 boys and 466 girls. Results are expected to be released at the end of this academic term. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time to have your say. It's the segment of our program where we hear from you, the viewers. Let's take a look at who had their say this week.
All right, so we're here with Miss Jordan right now. So we're here with Bruce right now. So we're here with Brent right now. We're asking Mr. Philip. And we're asking Bruce Winchester. I can't cooperate. I'm telling you. Have your say segment with Through the Streets of Scarborough. And we're asking folks how are they planning to celebrate Mother's Day this Sunday.
Seeing that my mother isn't here, I put some pictures in an envelope along with some pictures with her grandchildren and whatnot, and sent a gift away for her in Detroit.
And the other mothers in your life, what are you planning?
Well, let's say they'll get the gift on Mother's Day.
I already gave my mother her gift. I bought her something. She wanted something, I give it to her. I wouldn't disclose what that is. And then I have some more surprises in store for her. So, we're going to make the little breakfast and the little lunch, that kind of thing. Just enjoy some quality family time.
And celebrating Mother's Day?
I intend to spend my day resting, maybe spend some quality time with my daughter, go on the beach, go to church. That's just about it.
Buy my mother give, cook.
You could cook?
Yeah.
So we're planning on cooking or what?
No, I can't tell her that because you might cook. Why cooking?
Be taking my lady out for dinner. Mother's Day is every day home by me now, but really to give them a special day, I put it on hold because of the economy is very low. Now we expect prices of oil raising. Mothers, you all look out. You're going to get something from me. As soon as I get a top up, you get a lift up.
We close yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago. And as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program. And be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Avian Parks, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and productive week.